Laura, Quadar, how are y'all doing? Let me get some music. I was trying to get this camera to work. I'd paint it. I'd love to paint it. In fact, there's this really awesome cosplay chick. I think she's located in Germany. I actually asked her if I could use some of her photos to paint from, and she's like, yes. I was like, all right, let's, so, and that wasn't that long ago. I'd love to do something like that. I love that stuff. So why do you ask? Do you have something in mind? I'd love to do that. So I'm tired of seeing Rose. Yeah, I hear you. Tell you what. Let me think. Let me check something really quick. I know, it is. It's all that I have right now. I need to get more. And frankly, I was just using it to practice, honestly. But it's very good to switch it up. I need to get more models in here, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of these hang-ups that I have and regain my strength in drawing and such. But maybe if you feel like it, painting something again. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, Calder, my goal is to get the cobwebs out. I've lost a lot of skill for some reason. I just have. And once I do that, I want to do a solid painting with like figures and such in it. So I'm going to come up with something, composition of some sort, and go through the whole process of the sketches, of the transfer drawing. I'm going to transfer drawing. I might even do a practice painting sketch of some sort with it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. Right. I just need to do something good because still lifes are great, portraits are great. The best things you can do are the multi-figurative scenes with some meaning behind it. I've kind of gotten out of that. I was in a good flow of doing it, working with models and such. In fact, I've asked one of my friends if he'd be interested in modeling some for me, posing for me, because frankly, he doesn't get out of the house that much, and his wife was saying how it would really help him a lot. And I've had him in here. He's a really nice guy. He's one of my good friends, in fact. But I would love to, get more stuff going. One of the issues that I'm having right now with models is like, I can't fill a class up, number one. It's hard to find good models. It's very hard to find good models. I live in a college town, and before this stupid ass pandemic hit and everybody became afraid of their own shadow, it was very easy to find models, and I would just go out to Wake Forest or the School of the Arts. We have the School of the Arts here, for crying out loud, art students. I would ask, I would put posters up, and I would just get all these bites, and I'd have models, and I'd have people who were interested in the class. And what's a good model? Just anybody who will pose. Nobody wants to work. no, everybody's afraid of, they're still afraid around here. And so, like, art classes, everybody's having a hard time filling art classes. Everybody's having a hard time finding models. And you can't go to the colleges because, you know, the colleges, they're all afraid of their own shadow over there. It's very annoying because it's really slowed business up in a stupid ass way. It has, and I'm already complaining. It's been very difficult finding good models. I'm frankly tired of this whole thing. I've had it. I didn't think a lot of things. I'm tired of it. I am so tired of it. I am so tired of it. Always fear, 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 fear. That's what it is, man. And so that's why I've been doing so many photographs. I mean, it's like, this is, that's what I got right now. Yeah, the streams are like the same. It's like Warcraft music and then it's drawn. I'll switch it up some. I'll try to get on it. Things have been kind of up in the air. I'm kind of getting on my feet again, which is kind of nice. So, Qualdart, did you remember what you wanted to ask? It seemed like it was important. I don't know if I could answer it or not, but in regards to, like, you said you wanted to know something like it was an art question of some sort. I think, oh, Laura, by the way, if you're still there, you could attend a figure drawing class and hijack their model. So that's the thing. They can't even, the woman next door, she was asking, wait a second. I think this is going to get slightly louder. Tell me if this is too loud, because you might have turned things up. Is that better? Because this is actually the setting. I don't know why I had it like that. So the woman next door was asking me to help her find models, which is I don't have anything wrong with that. Like, I'll share my models and stuff. Yeah, okay, that's better. There you go, because that was the proper setting. So anyway, because she can't find models. They can't find, like, she needed a fill-in, and she's doing one of the public classes. She teaches the public class. Right next door, she just moved in. She can't find anybody. And so I checked mine and couldn't get anything. I mean, you know, you can't fill the classes with people who want to draw. So that's where we're at right now. It's momentary setback. Momentary setbacks. I'm in here. My friend Zerx actually is texting about his fishing. He's out fishing at the ocean right now. That asshole. Such a dick. Deep sea? Nah, it's not deep sea. I don't think it is. It's at the shore. It's up in Jersey, right? So, I don't think it's deep sea. I'll have to ask. Well, I'll ask him later. From 18? Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, I hear you on that. Now, Queldar, do you have an older brother or sister? What is it? Both older brother and sister. My sister's kids are now 18, but not for long. Wow. So how old are they? Because if they're older, and if they're much older, then you shouldn't feel too old, right? See, the cool thing about not having a lot of people in here is we can talk about whatever we want. My brother is 12 years older and my sister is 9. Dude, you're fine. You're fine. And let's see, if she's 12 years older and this is 18, so 12, she's like she's like 51, and then she had kids when she was 32, 33 probably, I'm guessing, right? Yeah, 32 or 33 she had kids. And so so you were like 20 when you became an uncle, somewhere around, yeah, something like that? Okay. You were probably 21, which is young to be an uncle. Is 21, is young to be an uncle. So I wouldn't feel old about that, man. Plus, you said that I was young the other day, and I'm a year older than you, so. Do you have a girlfriend? You don't need to answer that, but answer it. Any prospects? What are we looking at? See, we only have me, you, and I don't know how to see who's in chat, because I'm technologically capable, but stupid sometimes. Yes? Is that you? They have more active social life than me. Dude, me and you both, man. Is that by design, or is it just kind of how things are set up and you're not content with it? And trust me, I'm not going to try to give you advice, because I'm not one to give advice. Maybe I could have given you advice 10 years ago. But alas, no longer. And Laura, are you still here? Keep talking, Queller. I don't like the silence. We must not to be silent. Keep talking. I'm the one who's running the stream. You talk, though. I've been very social. It's not like I'm awkward. All right. So what's the deal? I'm not saying it's not necessarily a bad thing, man. I'm not one where it's like, well, yeah, whatever. You gotta be a certain way. But right now, I'm just not motivated. Yeah, I hear you. Just a lot of work, is it? Or are you just worn down? I get worn down. That's me. Are you just worn down? Dissatisfied with work? Is that something where you are looking to get out of it, or trying to rethink what you want to do, or you feel trapped, or where are you with that? I feel like I should be doing something creative. It's probably a midlife crisis. I would listen to your gut, man, and don't think midlife crisis, because that kind of paints over the main issues. It's kind of like a generic term that kind of skirts the problem. I feel like it's just, but it sucks, yeah. Well, this is great, but I don't earn a lot. Make it work. I wish that I could give you more advice, but I haven't made it with this. I mean, I do make money off this, but not like a lot of money, right? Not a lot of money. I do support myself with this, totally. But it's very difficult. And I'm not one to, unfortunately, I'm not one to really give advice with that. I wish that I could help you there, but don't always need to help. I'm just more curious. But I will say, Queller, like when people say midlife crisis, sometimes there's something to that. Sometimes it's just you saying, this isn't what I'm meant to be doing. But people write it off, oh, midlife crisis is normal. But sometimes that thing that's normal is something it's not meant to be that way. It's meant to push you to, normal is what? Most people hate their jobs. Most people, like 70% of the people hate their jobs. 70%, at least, in this world. 70%. By the way, 70% of the people hate their jobs, right? And that's a rough one, because obviously you need to support yourself and you make good money, man. That's a good thing. You say you lost a lot of your skill. I did, yes, I did. I used to be much smoother. I do think I've made improvements in some areas where I had weaknesses, but my drawing is gone downhill. I think a factor in that is also the distractions you have in your life right now. That is 100% true. My brain feels like it's been punched, is what it feels like. I don't have, you're absolutely right about that. That does play a factor. It does play a huge factor. It's you know, it's what's difficult. I was thinking about this. It's not just the fact that Dad has dementia. It's just he's always been so reasonable, and like he's been somebody who has always like given me good advice, and in my life right now I don't have that anymore, and that's very difficult for me. And also he was a grounding factor with my family, and some of them have kind of gone off the rails with some things that they believe, and he's always been the common sense guy to kind of pull everything back together. And so now I have to deal with that, and I can't take his place, and that's very difficult. So it's like multifaceted with that stuff. But at the same time, you know, I can't bitch and complain about it because that's not going to get you anywhere with it. So you have to deal with it. So that's been it sucks. And, you know, the other thing is, you know, I just look at him, I just feel bad for him because sometimes he doesn't know what the hell is going on. And, you know, he's a good man. It's just, you know, it's heartbreaking, the whole thing. And I don't wish this stuff on anybody, man. This, you know, this type of ailment is just, ooh. You know, people, maybe I shouldn't say this because I don't think it's probably true, but maybe with me, I guess, like if back in the day I thought, well, dementia, right? You just, like, you forget things, and like you might not remember where you put something or stuff like that, or you forget names. But it's just like, it has so many effects, so much effect, not just on that person, but on everybody around them, and it's just a sad thing to see, right? It's just a sad thing to see. It's a very difficult thing. But there's a lot of good things that come from it too. And I think there's a lot of good things that come from it. You know, I've learned to be a little bit less selfish off. It was just something that I needed, frankly. So I think I can be a very selfish person. Yeah, it's tough. I can be a selfish person, but I've kind of I look at it a way to kind of give back. And it's funny how things turn, you know, like when you're a kid, your dad watches over you, he's so strong, and like, I'd always, for example, we'd go to the beach, and he would always fight, you know, wrestle me and my brother, and every year we'd be going home defeated because he was stronger than us, and we weren't weak. We were very strong, and we were, like, I've been this height since high school, but I'm telling you, he was so deadly strong, and he's a little guy. You've seen him on stream before. You saw him. He's literally this. He might have come up to here at one point, but now he's like down here. He's short compared to me, but he was always just like this brick, and he'd just beat the shit out of me all the time. And it's funny how that changes, you know, as you go, and like he's so strong. And now he's still very strong for his age, which is an issue because Mom can't deal with them if, like, you know, it's kind of, I deal with things through comedy, all right? I find something to laugh at about stuff. And there is a lot to laugh at about it, but you learn a lot about yourself and other people through this. I think for men it's particularly hard when our dad is no longer powerful. It is. It's very difficult. But, you know, I think, like, there's always people, I think a lot of people in my family don't understand this, but there's a lot of good that's come from this as well. Like I said, and I tend to look at that, and I make jokes about a lot of things because, like, you have to laugh at stuff. You have to laugh. I'm not saying laugh like, ha, you can't remember anything, idiot. That's, like, heartless. That's cruel. I wouldn't do that. But I'm saying some of the situations are comical. Like, for example, he's so smooth. And so he has this thing where if he sees an iPhone, he's just going to take it. And he's always been so coordinated in the sense that he does not waste movements. His movements are so feline and precise, and they're still like that at 76. And so he'll go up, grab the phone like this, and put it in his pocket without it, like, catching or anything. And it happens just like that. And he's quiet. He's so efficient. And it's crazy. You can't hear him walking. He just comes up, and all of a sudden he's behind you. He's just like this. And you're like, you know, it's funny stuff. And, you know, he still has a sense of humor, still laughs. And, you know, it's, you know, so, I mean, there's stuff to laugh about. Let's just put it that way. But it doesn't make it like, it doesn't make it okay. But things are going to be okay. It's going to be fine. It's just, it sucks. I don't know what else to say. I feel bad for anybody who goes through this stuff, especially, you know, my mom knows him 50 years. You know, I mean, it's hard on me, but on her it's even worse, I think. She's way more dependent on him, especially when you get older and you don't want to be dependent on other people. You're used to watching after people, my mom, and we had an episode where my mom would say same thing over and over for hours. Yeah, ooh. When was this? Hey, Hammy. The first it was scary, but at the end you can't help but laugh. Well, what happened? Was she okay? Did she have like a stroke or something? Why is this? 1 second, guys. I'm not like sharpening this right. Congratulations, Hammy. Congratulations. That sucks. I hate to say it, but that's something we have to learn to live with. Unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. She had exerted herself and she kind of lost her memory temporarily. It was earlier in the year. Shit. Ooh. That's rough. That's rough. Now, after that happened, did she have like any recollection of the event, or was she just like drawing a blank? She recalled some things. Okay, well that's, I guess, better than nothing. It is? It's frozen? Again. Okay, it's frozen again. Let me fix it. Give me a sec. I'm not going to mess with this like all day because it was freezing for some reason when I started. Let me try to redo this. Now, why does that work? Virtual Elgato camera face cam. Let's put it back to this. Let's see what this does. Close. We good? No, we're not. Okay, wait. I'll put it back to the other thing that I had. Huh. Dude, I wonder if she had some sort of a stroke. That is just weird. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this. I'm just going to hide it, guys. I'm not going to deal with this right now. Waste our time here with it. Unless you want me to, I can work on it to try to get it back up if you want. I hate not having a camera, but you know how it is sometimes. It's just like these technical things. And they don't make any sense. I think I would have to restart the program to get it to work. It was a stroke. Okay, sorry, and you might have said that up there. I might have missed it. Okay, so that might be a little bit different. And not a doctor, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. but I do know something about dementia and strokes. My dad, in fact, had one right before all this stuff happened. That can be very scary. That sucks, man, but she hasn't had one since. How long ago was that? Soften this edge so we can wisp it in here, guys. And this is not going to be a long stream today. I want to get the video done that I'm working on, that I have been working on for a very long time, which, by the way, I think is going to, I don't know how good it's going to be. It might not be a good video. I'm not expecting it to get a lot of views at all. But the way that I look at it, it's going to be something that's a very valuable resource. And if you're interested in detailed still lives that are a little bit more in depth than just like a day study type thing, it's going to be a very valuable resource for you, which is why I was taking my time. I really wanted this still life, in particular, this video to be a very good video. It's of the statue of Aphrodite with the intricate detail and the beautiful lighting. Val, what's up, buddy? Yes, there he is. It was after Christmas, okay, and it hasn't happened since. Well. Jeez, Hammy's had everything happen to her. Dude, that's rough, man. Well, it sounds like it hasn't happened since, right? And so that's a very good thing, and that stuff happens, and that doesn't mean she's going to have dementia necessarily, right? Queldar, also, here's another thing, man, because we're talking about it. Like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's runs in my family as well. My grandmother, which is my mom's mom, is who I'm talking about. She had it. She had, actually, I think she had Parkinson's. And I was thinking to myself, well, mom is going to be senile and all this and that, you know, like probably at the age of like 70, 75. She's actually not. And her brothers and sisters, who she has like 8 other brothers and sisters. So there's like 9 of them total. And none of them have these issues, except maybe the oldest now, who's like very, like, she's up there now. But, so in other words, it's not necessarily, I don't think it's a given that your mom will have these issues, but I know your concern. Like, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks, man. That stuff sucks. Squint down, block out on any unnecessary information. What is the distance from here to here? This needs to come in some, just a little bit that way. Plumb line from the top of this pupil over to the other one. It's pretty accurate. Goes to about right there. It's pretty close. So I'll get these pupils. Okay. Irises, rather. Right? Iris? Yeah, I think so. Clara! All right, we got the group here. Good stuff. We're talking about a bunch of stuff, actually. Val, are you working today or are you off? What are you doing? Was it too hot to work? You have today off? Was it because of the heat? I was on with Njinji last night. We were trying to figure out why external hard drives cost so much. We couldn't, or not cost so much, but like the pricing behind them, because there were some, like, there were some for like 8 terabytes and 16 terabytes that were like next to nothing, and there were solid state drives, and then you had like Seagate backup and all that stuff. Those drives are 4 or 5 terabytes, and they were like 100. So they would be like well over $100, whereas the 8 terabytes, 16 terabytes would be like 8 terabytes was $89, and then there was another one for 118 that was 16 terabytes, and they said anyway, it was. I was trying to figure that out, and I couldn't do it. I could not do it. It didn't make any sense to me. All right, this comes out. So we had a bunch of storms last night, knocked out a bunch of power, and they asked me if I wanted to go in, but I didn't have to. I didn't want to, and you didn't. So what are you doing right now besides watching this glorious stream? Probably should put that ear in. I probably should have put that ear in right away, actually. Very good measuring point. I love doing things the right way, though. Screw it. Did I tell you what happened in this building? It's horrible. We just bought some hard drives and shipped them to our friends so you could update our game server. Nice. Essentially giant fish drives. That technology has just gotten way cheaper in general, really? I got one for free at the Micro Center from a coupon. It was like 200 gigabytes solid state drive. Dude, bro. Okay. So they were doing construction outside of this building, and somebody was jackhammering. And across the street, there's a restaurant, which is a good restaurant, okay? And I'm going to sharpen the pencil. And what happened was the jackhammer scared all the rats that eat the food at that restaurant into this building, over our building, and then one of them died within the walls. And these rats are like small pigs because they're so. It was horrible. So now this place is. It's a nightmare. It's a freaking nightmare. Everyone in our group bought drives to contribute since we use the same server. I don't understand how that works, to be honest. The disk drives haven't gotten more expensive, just haven't gone down in price, I think. Probably less demand for them too. So that's why I was a little bit surprised, because Seagate, I like Seagate, and they're very good. I've had good experiences with them and interactions and such. But in my years of using them, they've always gone down in price, especially after, say, like a year or something like that, right? They go down in price. And they, in fact, I would say they went up in price a little bit, Clara. And it's possible, you might be correct, that they kind of stayed the same as well. I might go to a harder pencil to get more of a fine edge with this stuff in a second, just to smooth it out just a little bit, but we'll see. Yeah, it's pretty bad right now, Laura. Yeah, it's horrible, man. Yeah, the whole thing's horrible. Yeah, all the miners have been All the miners have been stopping since this isn't worth it right now, which means graphics cards should start going down then as well. Oh, interesting. Dude, I wish things would just get back to normal. I'm so sick of this. Okay. Plumb line over here. This goes down just a little bit, maybe. It's probably the same thing as like vinyl records. Like, you can still buy them. They're expensive because the bulk of the people don't buy them. They become niche. But I would think external hard drives are something like people do need, right? Especially there's been a rise in content creators. And maybe that's why. Maybe there's more demand for them. Like, there's been kind of a rise, and so the prices have gone up some, because I personally like saving the footage. I even save these streams, to be honest, because I probably don't need to with everything. Maybe that's why, partially. You know, that would make sense, because if everybody's working, more people are working like at home and such. But I don't know. I mean, That's looking okay. Oh, wait a second. Most people buy laptops. Even more people just go, just get by with tablets and phones. Only serious desktop users would get them, and they would get in a solid state. I noticed some streaming. Noticed in streaming that I had less and less actually on my PC. I noticed since streaming that I had less and less actually on my PC. It's the same in the streams. You can use footage from them. Exactly. Or save stuff to the cloud. But that has limited storage, and it fills up so fast, right? And you have to pay like monthly. I always figure, like, if you buy the actual like external hard drive, I would think that's a better investment. And Val and Gingy was saying that last night. It's like he has an iCloud, and he has found that he doesn't need as much storage. It's like 1 terabyte and stuff. But I mean, he's working with like photographs, and I'm assuming he's just storing his porn on it. But see, I, on the other hand, am a highly trained professional who does YouTube videos and all sorts of stuff, and I'm on a totally different level than he is, by far. I'm going to switch, because this is kind of looking like Psycho, isn't it? Switch pencils. Yeah, he was talking about how he saves all his porn on that, and I was like, dude, I don't think your wife would approve. And he was like, she doesn't need to know. I'm just kidding. I am kidding. And Gingy's a very upstanding member of society, for the most part. $3 a month to Google for cloud storage. How much do you get? I have 1 terabyte of Google space for some reason that I didn't pay for. Really? See, 1 terabyte fills up pretty fast, I think. This went up too high. $200 gigabytes, $3 a month. I mean, I pay like $1 for it just because it's connected to my phone. But all the content that I put out, I need something more than that, and that's on a separate storage unit anyway. I've never filled it up, but at least I don't keep raw footage like you. Exactly. So that's what I'm talking about. The raw footage. That's what does it. Okay, I'm being stupid. Give me a second. Being really stupid, actually. This is okay. Nothing's wrong with getting a solid state drive. I just don't trust when I see a solid state drive for $89. It's 8 terabytes, and then on it it says external hard drive device, but instead of saying external, it says exterior, REAL, instead of ERNAL, right? Because it's misspelled because it's in another country. And the thing is, they can have quick writing speeds, but it's held back because of the USB. Like, there's always something that doesn't work with it. Or, she looks psycho, by the way, all right? And she is psycho, but we're going to fix that. Because that's what we do. It's the right thing to do. Oh, a typo? Yeah, but not just not on the web page. It's actually on the device itself, like the photograph of the device, and it's written on the device. So they had to approve it, and then they had a factory carry that mistake out. Now, $89 is a lot, but for 8 terabytes it's not a lot, but it is a lot if it doesn't work. Okay? And there were 2 of them like that. They were the same device on Amazon if you look, and one of them had 2 stars, the other one had 5 stars with 135 ratings. But then again, I don't trust ratings, and I don't trust anybody. I've established I don't trust people. Okay? Which leaves me at square one. I don't know what I'm looking at with this stuff. Don't know. Watch review videos, all this BS. Doesn't tell me anything. I'm just like, these people, it's his opinion, but it's a nice video. I don't know. I'm back to square one with this. I need to somehow navigate my ass through this, right? And being an upstanding member of society, of high society, I don't have time to always freaking figure this stuff out. That's why I ask Gingy, because he's an ultra nerd. Ultra nerd doesn't know, so then what do? You're lost. I'm lost. Wait, okay, I need to get, this is an HB. No, this is an H. I'll go with an H. Let me sharpen it a little bit. All right, they are and they aren't. Yeah, I'd buy from different brands. Just get this one. It's on .com. Which one is this? The Toshiba. A 4 terabyte portable hard drive, USB 3.0. Do you know what the writing speed is? Not that it really matters. Toshiba. Is this the one that you have? Details, details, details. Doesn't say there. Description. Features. Read speed. 5 gigabytes per second. It's quite a bit. They all say that though. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Toshiba's good though. I would trust them over what I was looking at. No, but it's recommended by Wirecutter, and they are always really reputable. Okay. Look into that. Okay. Sammy! Those penguins, man. Yeah. Right. There we go. There we go. Sammy coming in hot. All right. Claire, that is very helpful information, I have to say. This comes up. What the? Yeah, I couldn't figure it out, man. And here's the thing, I'm still going to overthink it. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to look. I'm going to start browsing. I'm going to start reading stuff that I don't trust. Family reviews. I need to go up some on this one. That's there. This comes up. This is here. Let me fix this. Working on a self-portrait. Awesome. I'd like to see it actually if you want to show it. We have a Discord and you should post it on there if you want. We have some good good work there. Yeah, definitely post it. I'd love to see it. I'm always interested in seeing the work that people do, to be honest with you. It's a lot of fun. Just trying to get back into practice here. And Qualdar, one of the reasons why I say, like, you know, I am out of practice is when you're studying, you have access to models and such, and then you're doing it every day, you're of course going to be in excellent shape with it and being critiqued and such. But when you get out of that, you don't have that anymore, and that does play a huge part in how you're going to be drawing, and you can still maintain that level of quality in your work, definitely, but it requires practice and people saying, hey, this is off, this is off, this is off. Well, see, color, that's my problem. That's what I do, and I don't want to because that's overthinking. Plus, half of them are BS, I think. The best thing to do is to understand the tech, the specs behind it. That's the best thing. And eventually that happens. It's just, I hate taking the time to do that. I kind of do already. I just whine and complain about it. Hence, the last 10 minutes of the stream, of an art stream. All right. It's still in progress. It's in, okay. I want to see this. I have it actually pulled up right here. I won't show it to everybody though, but people can see it. Dude. I like the color. That's very nice. And this is a digital. This stuff is hard to do. You actually have, you have like the drawing in the ballpark. The color is pretty cool and a nice light effect actually. Yeah, it looks cool. I like it. Not bad. All right. That's excellent. See, that's the stuff I like to see. That's the stuff I like to see. I swear there's an art form, an entire school of people in this world who just work on making the most believable Amazon product. Yes! And I read them like I'm like an idiot. I read them. But I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop because I was thinking about that. I mean, it's a... I'm going to stop reading them, to be honest with you. I just had it. It starts to say one thing is off, but everything else is perfect. It's some sort of niche thing. Yeah, they do that stuff. And then you see like these 1-star reviews, and it's actual, like the actual people themselves. And you just make sure you have, it has a good return policy is all right. Amazon, I found, has actually been pretty good about that. It's getting too dark because I'm being stupid with this. Bring this down some. The real ones are usually the ones that get bad. That whatever is stopped working and are salty, no one writes good reviews ever. They are all bots. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. That's my theory, at least. Unless they're like really happy about it, they just have nothing. I don't know. I mean, I think there are some people who would do it, but I don't trust them anyway. There were like 3 really bad reviews. One for the Strathmore sketchbook. It was brutal. I already decided to buy something, but then I read one negative review. I need to read like 10 positives. It starts dude. This is true, man. That's the psychology behind it. This is what I don't want to go through. I was see, Zerx was also he's looking for one. I was like, okay, because he's not technologically savvy. So I said, all right, man, I'll do one too because I'm also looking for one. So. like I said, Seagate, look, Seagate's very good. I like Seagate. It's just, the price difference is so different between Seagate and that Chinese brand. But the Chinese brand, I'm sorry, I just don't, I don't trust, you know. I tend to trust, especially when they misspell external on the actual package, on the actual device itself. I mean, that's pretty bad, you have to admit. That is pretty bad. Oh, no. Laura, you and I, we fall into the trap. I'm telling you. It's one of those things, at least for me, that I'm thinking to myself, this is such bullshit when I'm reading it. Why am I reading it? But I continue doing it. That's what I do. That's not good. It's not good. This needs to come in some that way, I think. Actually, it might not. It might actually stay there. Oh my gosh. Why is drawing so difficult? For other people, for me, it's easy. Drawing's easy for me. So easy. Parking guy. They're saying the parking guy is ticketing today. Unfortunately, I do not need to worry about that. Queldar, did you think of your question yet? Hammy. Qualdarius. Ooh, tag in. You don't even want to admit it, Claire. That's pretty good. The only one reviewing Claire, it's okay. It's principle, though. I would have made this drawing smaller than I did. I always made this hard for myself. I mean, it's easy. This is easy for me. That's what I meant to say. Guys, that still life video is looking good. Kind of, maybe. We'll see. It's hard to tell, you know. Laura, I really liked your last video. I wanted to talk to you about this. I want to give you my thoughts. Can I serenade you with my wisdom and my thoughts? Laura. Tag in. Embody Amazon chaos. So, I am done thinking algorithm, trending. I'm done with that. I'm done. I'm just going to do what I want to do with it, because I think with art, that's the way to go, because it'll actually I think it's the way to go in art. And you're an artist, Laura. And one of the things, the reason why I like your last video was because you actually took pride in your work, and you spoke, and you do take pride in your work, but you really doubled down. You really did a solid piece on a mural, because like for you, that's a normal thing. So you and I do this, we both take it for granted. Because tagging, I just am today. Oh, wait, why don't you try a more refined rendering in graphite? That's what I'm going to do. I am. But I'm building this sucker up. Like, how do you want me to do it, tagging? Anyway, I think it was very good what you did, Laura. I think it's very good what you did. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, that work right there is what separates your channel from other art channels, in my opinion. I think you did a really, really solid video. And I thought it was good. And the way that I look at it, I haven't checked how many views it's gotten. Honestly, I'm not gonna even focus on that. I'm not, because the way that I look at it is, if it's a good thing, you're gonna have it, it's like archived, right? It's like, it's gonna be there. Ooh, there's Queller's question. And so if it's a good thing, then people can come back to it. So like immediate views are kind of irrelevant, if that makes sense. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not thinking YouTube. I'm thinking art. You know, because I'm a painter. I don't consider myself a YouTuber or any of that BS. Because I don't like it. I don't like that life. I just want to make nice videos that are going to, like, people will find helpful. And I enjoy doing them, and the benefit for me at this stage is that it does make me better. And when you have to articulate something, you have to know it. And I have really rooted out a lot of weaknesses in my own work by speaking to you guys, by trying to make videos, by trying to explain things from the videos that you guys send me to look at, and this and that. So Queller, I was looking at an Albrecht Bitterstadt painting, landscape, and the background values are super compressed. I was wondering if there's a way to practice painting with values that are so close together. Yeah, I would start by copying that painting, to be honest with you. And just practice doing a gradation of values very subtly. Those are things you can do. Because what happens when you draw and paint is that your eye sharpens. So right now, your eye is sharper than it was before, but the more you practice, the sharper it's going to get, and you'll be able to see those values and do those values. So it's practice. But try to get them. You have to try to get them, and if you like that effect, try to copy that painting. That would be my best advice for you. And it's very subtle shifts on your palette in mixing and this and that. Good. I'm glad Laura is looking. Laura makes fantastic videos. I'm surprised they haven't blown up more than they have. I think they will. It's just she's young, as I'm young with this. It takes time. YouTube is a race. I'm not joining the race anymore. The content culture, going to make better videos less often, but better. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that. And you know what? Your process will speed up as you get better. I really believe that 100%. I think that's look, what slows growth down, I think, for art is when you try to chase something and it takes away the creativity in it, because the creativity and the technique, it depends on what your art is. But that's what is the driving force behind it blowing up or not blowing up. It has to be helpful. At the end of the day, I could care less about if it blows up or not. And I'm being 100% serious because I want to focus on actually like people finding it helpful and them actually getting better at their work from it. And if that's not happening because I'm looking at an algorithm and doing bullshit work that I don't have my heart into. So up to this point, it's been a learning experience for me. And I've been trying to understand making videos, trying to understand how I best work, coming up with strategies of working. That's what I've been doing. Now I want to focus on my quality of content, which is why I'm doing these pencil sketches. And you might be thinking, shoot, this isn't painting, this is kind of a subpar thing. This right here is the most important thing that I can be doing right now. Now, whether or not it makes great content, and I should probably be considering that a little bit more, and I do consider good content, but this is going to be what enables me to do that good content. And I would be doing this by myself if I wasn't streaming. I might as well stream because this to me right now, I'm not trying to perform for you guys. I'm literally doing this and I turned the camera on because I said this is my studio work. This is how I practice to get good. This is the most important thing that I can do in classical work, in classical art, to get better at painting. Pencil sketches, basic, plain and simple. All right? Tag in, are you there? Tell me what you want me to do as far as refining this stuff. Let me catch up since I went on a rant. Because of time constraints and laziness, but I do hate the feeling of being rushed. I think it will take a year to copy this painting. You don't need to copy the whole painting, Quildar. Copy what you like in it. Take a small section of some brushwork that you think is good and try to reproduce it. You don't need to copy the entire painting, but maybe post the painting in Discord so I know what you're saying and I can better assess this. Philanthropy. I sometimes go a little bit too far, yes. I'm more of a misanthrope. How do you say that? I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't have a chance. It's a balance loose. But that's with me. With you, it's different. You need to do what you're good at and not worry about the bullshit. I'm so tired of you know what I hate? What I hate is 10 things I wish that I knew before I started painting. Clickbait, you click on it and it's just normal stuff that you can find. I would rather just label it for people, and it does help. Sometimes it gets views because it piques curiosity, but for me, it pisses me off when it wastes my time because I have to click on something to figure out what it is, and 9 out of 10 times is total bullshit. That pisses me off, and I'm not going to do that to people, but I will say I will do that in a facetious way because I actually filmed something, and I'm going to I was telling Quildar about it, I'm going to make fun of that stuff. This will solve all your problems in painting. It's just some bullshit. I might do that, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not as mad as I sound. I'm just passionate. It's a balance list. If you want to make helpful videos for people, but people don't watch it, or if you're creating content, or if you are creating content that they won't watch. Thanks, Laura. But you love us, don't you, Laura? Obviously, don't sell yourself all the way to where you aren't making stuff that resonates with you. But you have to make something that resonates with someone still. I can guarantee you that, yes, and I agree with that. I've thought about that. And I do believe that this will resonate with people, and you find the people who it resonates with. YouTube is a very large net, right? There's a lot of people out there, and classical work in particular is something that there's great interest in. So I agree with that. You are very wise, my dear Clara. This year I have an exhibition where I am going to exhibit my work along with my classmates. It would be interesting if you don't shade with line work. Emphasis, okay, like instead with a smoother touch, or use paper stump. Lewis is being expressive with his feelings. I don't have feelings. I'm emotionless because I'm a man. I suppose make it more your own, but I wouldn't ignore strategies that work either completely. What I'm saying, Clara, is that it's freezing me up. It's just like the Amazon. I'm going to switch my technique up for our dear young blossom of Kosovonite from Kosovo. What am I using? I am going for the H, which is this, I think. All right, man. Stump. You want me to stump it? I'll stump it for you. I'll do it something different for you. This is why I do this. So, with this. Where's my stump? It's over here. No, I moved it to over here. Aha! Here we are. All right, man. Let's use a stump. Here's a stump. We'll do this. I don't care. We'll do it. You want me to stump? You want it nice and smooth? That shall be done, my friend. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's good to expand out, do different things. Cody Swanson is a very great sculptor. I was fortunate enough to study with to a degree. But he had a technique where he would actually shade with circles. Right? He would kind of shade with circles and X's, really. It's quite something. I really liked it. He's a genius, in my opinion. And I do not use that word lightly. Like, he's one smart piece of shit. Pisses me off. He's really good. He's very good. Men don't have emotions. We only have adrenaline and testosterone and large brains. That's it. Very large brains. There we go. Bring this out some, maybe. All right, man. This might be the first time I've ever done this. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. Hold this so it doesn't shake. Yeah, Laura, you need to watch that video. It is worth it, trust me. And I would not be saying that if it was not worth it. I'm not one to waste people's times with with watching excessive amounts of videos, right? I'm just not. Because there's a lot of stuff out there. Especially, I wouldn't be saying this either if I didn't believe it, because this video is a long video. I'm not going to lie to you, but I couldn't stop watching it. I was like, this is very helpful, and it was literally everything that I was thinking. In fact, it was one of the reasons why I was I would slow myself down in my process because it was the conflict that I was having the entire time that I was doing these types of paintings, these works, the videos, and what type of work I was doing. Let's see how this looks. Gosh, she looks so freaking mean here. It's just like real life. You liked it better before blending? Okay. But don't worry, this is only one step of it, okay? Just wait. You just wait. It's not over. It's not over. So we can always pull this back together. All right, this is one step. Now in charcoal drawing, drawing on Roma paper, or even to a degree Canson paper, which is a little bit smoother. Roma paper is the Fabiano that I'm talking about. It has that strong grip to it, okay? And that paper, like you can actually shade with it, right? You can shade and use a brush to brush it into the grooves of the paper. So, but then you work back into it, right? You work back, you continuously work back into it. And you know, here's the thing: if this turns out bad, you know, then it's not my fault. It's Tagian's fault. I like to not leave a white area in my portrait or figure drawing. I push the midtones to the max in a sense. Yeah, and now that depends, tagging, that depends on the setup too. And you don't want to sacrifice the entire values of the work just for a simple highlight. So you want to have a little bit more shade. See, oftentimes that has to do, it has more to do with my setup, and but I can push that. I can definitely push it some. wisp this on, right? Let me see how this looks on stream. Huh. It looks a little bit different on stream. It's all right. I'll continue to try to refine this. Thanks, Cosmic Phil. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. So Phil, somebody wanted this really refined, and so I am refining this sucker. So they want it smoother. So it's still, like on my stream, I have a filter. This is a little technical thing. I have a filter that it kind of, the camera doesn't always look correct, and it looks a little bit more choppy in stream than it does in reality. And that does sound like an excuse, but that is true. And so I'm going to try to fix that, and I don't know how to do that. I mean, I'm talking about like technically. Maybe there's something I can do in the computer. They're in the computer. So what I'm doing, this is an H pencil. And obviously I'm just being very meticulous with it, slowly filling it in. I stumped it down. Stumped it down. Yeah, it is a freaking cool name. And then I'm just going back in and doing a little bit of refining here. I'm going to go in with the darks as well. So I'm going to go in and get it darker and start plucking out some sharps and softs and such. So there's going to be a nice contrast of values and line quality and this and that. But right now we're more concerned with the overall proportions and such. So that's what we're really looking for. There we go. Yeah, me too, man. I like that stuff too. Well, if you guys want to hear it more, I can always turn it up when I'm talking. See, you just need to be vocal about it because I can't hear what you guys hear. You have to understand. He's in Kosovo. The ancient roots. Tagging, explain some of the customs that you have. I always entertain us for a while, okay? No, I'm supposed to be entertaining you guys, but you have such good stories, especially. What was it? You settle things with axes? We're older than them, in fact. The ancient Greeks. Yeah, I'm glad you're safe, man. Dude, I love storms. I really do. So peaceful. Yeah, I know. I hear you on that one too. feel the same way every day when I'm leaving the studio. There's no windows in here. Serbia massacred a lot of innocent people. It's rough, man. It is rough. Eyes aren't right yet. I'll get the eyes, though. The eyes, I always, like, I kind of strike and then I go somewhere else and then I come back and strike again until it's right, so I can keep a fresh eye with it, right? Fresh eye, no pun intended. I'm just like trying to keep a fresh eye, trying to be able to see it, and these subtle, details you have to put in the eye, especially at this small of the drawing, which is actually very tiny. This is my finger. It's pretty small. So it's not a big drawing. So you have to be very precise, and one little hair off, and it completely changes the way it looks. And so you have to kind of go back and forth with it. Take some time and do minor corrections here and there. This is here coming up in this. That's why it's so important to get these larger shapes, the sockets correct, right? Because otherwise these shapes don't fit within. And that's why I start with the larger shapes and then hatch out the smaller shapes as the drawing hopefully is getting more accurate. And just being very patient with yourself. Stepping back. You can't see the camera because the camera unfortunately is off. Maybe I'll try to get this camera back. Take this out. A second. It's back in. Maybe I'll try to get the camera back on. Sometimes. What's wrong with this thing? Ah, that's not even connecting. Oh, there you go, it's connecting. Now let me see if this works now. Give me a sec, guys. I got this is not. One second. Do the integrated. I got It might freeze again, I don't know. It might freeze again. All right, Quilter Arcia. Thanks for being here, man. It's good having you. Experience that time. Wait, experience what now? What did I miss? It's stuck. Should I just leave it on that very awkward position? I don't know what's wrong with it today. Screw it. And turn it off again. Or I can do this. This will work. This is not going to look good, but we can do this. Oh, that's horrible. Whatever. That's my camera webcam. Yeah, it was an interesting pass, wasn't it? Oh, whatever. I've been having issues with that camera. See, the way to get past it is to restart it, but I'm not going to restart this. So, Tagging, you want me, let me ask you a question, because, you know, I'm really refining this. I don't know if you can tell, though, because it does look choppy in the feed. It looks choppier than it actually is. You're going to send some, but the thing is, I don't know if I'm going to get a copyright strike off it. That's why I play video game music, because it's like, I think more of a safe bet. And frankly, I'm tired of doing Epidemic Sound, and then I might just like stop using that. Do you want me to like shadow everything except for like a highlight or something? You don't want to play, okay. You can still listen to them on your own. You don't have to stream it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let me, I'm going to sharpen this really quick. Just 1 second. X-Acto knife, sharpen it. This is the B, and so I'm going to go back in. Once this is sharpened, I'm going to go in and start darkening it just a little bit. But I'm going to try to be very soft with it as well. Hey, thanks, Laura. Thanks for being here. Yeah, you've been here for a long time. Go get some work done. Go relax. Thank you so much. And hey, are you streaming tomorrow, by the way? Tomorrow at 10:30 or 11. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. All right, awesome. Thank you. I'll see you. Have fun. You're painting turtles. Cool. Yeah, that's not good, Hammy. You gotta get to bed. That is rough. That is rough. Mm. That is rough, 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 rough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you on that one. Oh, I'm not blaming you. You know, sometimes you can't help your sleep, you know? Just how it goes. Mm. Well, you're sick, right? You're sick, and so you're gonna need that sleep, right? So I wouldn't be too hard on yourself with that. Ooh. Yeah, I imagine that hurts your back. This music reminds me of the Renaissance Festival we have here, which is really nice. In fact, I love going to those things. They're so much fun. Ooh, yeah, that sucks. That sucks. That's unfortunate. They're a lot of fun. There's one that travels between here and New York, and every year they go. Or I used to go. I haven't been in a couple of years. They canceled it obviously because of all the BS that was going on, and like for a time, and then they brought it back up. But I haven't been since. This needs to drop just a little bit. I think maybe a little bit. No, I'm gonna turn each value. I've sent it on Discord. Sweet. We'll take a look at it. Oktoberfest would be fun as well. I love fall. I think it's my favorite time of the year. Actually, probably summer is because I love the weather. I love sitting outside smoking a cigar. You can still do that in fall though, but I don't know. There's something about the heat. I just love the warmth right now. Winter sucks. That's all. I just sometimes I've like winter's been my favorite in the past, but not right now. You know, I always say that it's going to be a short stream, and then I end up streaming a couple hours. It's easy to get into what you're doing, but this is very beneficial. I need the practice. Just that mouth is too big. It's not right. Fix it. I'll fix this. Yeah, Halloween's awesome. Let's go like this. This is up. See how that works. I know this isn't what you want tagging, like, how do you see it? Autumn is awesome. Low battery, give me a second. Let me get this thing. Up. I am prepared. I just forgot to do this beforehand. There it is. Dude, that's awesome. What do y'all do with those grapes? Fix her cheek. Huh. Of course, he just still lies with him, yeah. Wine grape stew? Claire, is that what you're talking about? Huh. Concords. Why'd they kill those plants? You lived in Switzerland? I didn't know that, Claire. When was that? Yeah. It is very similar, except it's much cleaner. You know who I miss is Carmine. Danny, Lisa, and then there's Yuri. It's pretty sweet, actually. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's awesome. Looks like a painting. What did you study? Taking. Oh, damn. What did you study? Like what? Yeah, like was it a specialized school? High school. High school. Boarding school. Dude, that's sweet. This needs to be longer. That needs to go. Oh shoot! I've seen what needs to happen. I don't know if I can do this without messing this up. We're just gonna leave it actually. Cheek. What I see is this needs to be longer, and this just needs to fill out a little bit, but I'm just gonna leave it. Dang. That's a good point. Yeah. So I think one of the things with Europe is a lot of Europeans, obviously, it's like just a mesh of countries, right? So everybody's close to each other. It's your daily life. For us, it's not. We're so far away from people. This eye is so wrong, by the way. And so there's this, I guess, this romantic idea about it. But it's also, everything over there has so much history and it's very old. A lot of things are, and that's really cool to us. That's why I like is how old everything is. And when you're over there, you get used to that, but we never get used to it here because our country is not that old. It was founded in 1776. Even though, I mean, granted, we have, like, that's when it was founded. We have buildings older than that, but it's very rare and it's just different. I don't know. Yeah, that's true, Claire. I agree. I agree with that. I love our country. I really do. I think we're so fortunate. It's very beautiful here in a lot of places. I'm just not a big fan of how we build buildings in general because it's so ugly. So like I said, I make some changes and then I leave it on the eye. I always come back to it and constantly back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's how I work with this. Oh, thanks, Amy. Yeah, so when I went down to Nicaragua, it was just like there was so much corruption down there, and it made me grateful for where we live. There's a lot of really, I don't know. I think it's important to like really try to study other places and frankly not listen to news about it at all, but just like do honest study. And also if you can travel outside the country and see other countries and it gives you a holistic perspective and makes you grateful for what you do have, and that's what I like. Because it's very easy to you can pick anything apart, but I know a lot of people like, especially when I was studying actually at the Florence Academy, and I would be going back and forth between Italy and America. And I remember a lot of my friends were complaining about certain things in America, but when I would go outside of the country, I would see a lot of really positive things that kind of offset what they said, and it gives you a better perspective of things, and it's important to see it with your own eyes, and I enjoy getting out and doing that stuff. But boy, I haven't traveled in like a long time. It's been a while. It has been a while. So, like, I don't want to go back into it with the stump again. I mean, I can, but I like refining it like this. It's fun. I'm kind of doing combinations of circular motions, hatching, cross-hatching in some areas. Okay, bye, Hammy. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I should plan a trip. You're right. Like I was saying before, it's right now in my life. It's very hard because I'm trying to be there for mom and dad as much as I can, and so that's why I wish Qualdor was still here, because I was not grilling him, but I was asking him questions, and he basically likened himself to a monk with the orange robes and stuff, and which he and I are kind of in the same spot with that. We both don't have lives, I guess, outside of our work. Oops, that's not correct what I'm doing this actually. Which, you can change, but it's just funny hearing him say that. I hope he's doing okay though, because he says he doesn't like his job, and I can tell you this job right here is very difficult, and it can play on you mentally a lot too, especially if you don't have a commission or something. You're like, damn, I mean, this sucks. But it's what I enjoy doing, and constantly trying to get better at the business aspect of things. Obviously, it's one thing I will say the Florence Academy was not good at. They might be better at it now, but while I was there, they didn't tell me anything about that. Like, I wish they had a business course. I do wish, and I think it's starting to be treated more serious, art in general, like in terms of business. I don't like how, they say, oh, well, you can never make a living off art. You can, it's just if you tell people that, they're not going to have as much of a chance of doing it. You can make a living off it. There's strategies for it that I wish that I knew. But I wish that I know. I know some stuff, but it would have been much easier to have been taught in school this stuff. Instead of saying, you need a second job. Well, then why am I here? It's bullshit. Yeah, but I would, like I said, I would like to travel. It would be nice to travel, but I really do need to be there for my mom and dad right now, because nobody else will. I need to do it. I need to do it. Yeah, they cut off some tuition. Take a small trip. Clara, it's that bad at home right now. It's been actually one of the things that I was talking to Qualdor about. It's been one of the things that's kind of backed me up. It's been a little bit better recently, but it's just they need help. That's what happens. It's okay. And they need help. Just being there, supporting, because it's hard. Mom can't wrestle my dad like I can. Sometimes what if Dad's not wanting to get dressed or something? Like I need to be there to help him. I make light of it when I'm there, but it's a very hard thing for her and for me. It's not easy, but like I said, I tend to joke about stuff to make it light. Because you have to laugh. I think it's important too. It lightens things up. They need that. But if I was to leave for 2 days, a day or something, it would, maybe I could get away with a day trip, but if I was to leave for like 2 days or 3 days, Mom would say she can handle it, but she doesn't have anybody helping. And so I'd get back and she'd just be a mess, and she's too old to put through that stuff, she's, I gotta watch after her. And I want to do it. It's not like, pissed off or something. A little bit too dark. I'll lighten that up. I can't even take a small shirt. Have any brothers or sisters? I do. I think the tip of the nose should come out to the left a little more. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're correct. You are correct. I have trained you well. Maybe just a little bit. You are correct. Let me do something right quick here. It's just like different seasons, different seasons in life, and where I'm at right now is, I have to be where I am. And it's okay. I'd regret if I wasn't here. Oh, I don't mind you doing that. If I minded people telling me what needs to happen or this or that, I wouldn't be streaming. Or I would say something, but it doesn't bother me. I kind of butchered that. Okay. So I'm going to end the stream, but before I do, let me get a straight-on shot for y'all. And it's nothing spectacular, but just, what I might do is photograph it for you and then post it in Discord just so that y'all maybe you see a difference. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that because I have a lot of things I have to do. I'll take a photograph, but I don't know if I'm going to post it yet. Let me, I'll put a straight-on shot so you can see it a little bit better. And then I'm going to call it here. Give me a second. Right up close. Right here. Let's see if this works. Zoom in, zoom in. Set. Okay. There you go. That's the shot. That's the shot. Yeah, you can see it okay. Let me see. I don't know. Honestly, it looks way rougher. Let me try to change the filter on this. Give me a sec. See, what I did, I increased the contrast so that you could actually see the markings, but let me take the filter off and see if that makes a difference, because it's not as rough looking. So what I'm having trouble with is the pictures looking rough with the camera. Like, they don't look smooth, but in real life they look smooth. So I'm doing something wrong technically. I'm gonna take the filter off. Okay, I don't think there's any color correction on it. So the filter's off there. But it still looks rough to me, and that's not how it looks. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. See, and it's darker than that in real life. So I don't know how to solve this issue. It's like it looks more grainy than it is on the stream. So anyway, that's something that I'll figure out. Ooh, that's rough. Hey, Clara, tag in. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at Lara's stream, and I'll stream next week. And also, I'm gonna have this video out, still life video. I don't know when, it should be soon, but it's gonna be a good video. Tag in. You're gonna especially find the still life video very helpful, man. I really tried to make this everything that I think would be helpful for people. That's actually been one of the holdups with it. So anyway, yeah. So I basically took in everything that people said that they wanted to know and put it in the video. Anyway. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I'm going to end the stream, and I will see y'all next week, if not tomorrow.